The forgotten Napoleonic War was one of the first military campaigns with France under Napoleon's control, but it only lasted 3 months. And while it had little impact on the map of Europe, it had large impacts throughout the continent. This war is known as the War of the Oranges. Welcome to the Battles of History, where we go over the thousands of wars that played a part into making the world what it is today. The year is 1793. The French are unsurprisingly revolutionizing and heads are flying. The French people have risen up against the monarchy and, after a long and bloody revolution, have taken control of France. However, just 6 years after the revolution, a short king becomes the actual king of France. And now, France has a new, conquest-hungry leader who is looking at Europe with a large, unfulfilled appetite. And now we're finally caught up and ready to look at one of Napoleon's first attempted conquests during his tenure. It's 1801, and Napoleon has been in power for just over 2 years. But he is looking at Portugal and is wondering how nice it would be if he could have some pastel de nata instead of boring French food. So he goes to Portugal and kindly asks her to break their alliance with England and cede land to France and Spain. Understandably, Portugal says, "What the hell? Why would I leave my best ally, join France, and lose my land?" and declines Napoleon's offer. So Napoleon does what anyone who gets rejected would do, and teams up with Spain and declares war on Portugal, and has troops arrive in April 1801. On May the 20th, the Spanish troops combined with the French to make three armies, one of 10,000, another of 20,000, and the largest of 50,000. The biggest company of these men marched onward to Olivenza, where Manuel de Godoy, the Spanish general in charge of the regiment, makes his name known. Godoy makes it to Olivenza and captures the town easily. Another group of 20,000 went through the Minho River and took control of the northern Portuguese cities. 10,000 soldiers marched through Algarves to hold the south of Portugal. Things were looking bleak for the Portuguese. The country was split in two, with Godoy controlling the army in the middle. And to make matters even worse, Queen Maria I of Portugal received an orange, and this particular orange was the one that gave the campaign the name the War of the Oranges. But it was not just any orange. They were sent by Godoy with a message inside of it. "I will march towards Lisbon." With Portugal having been invaded on three sides and threats from Godoy, Queen Maria knew that the war had become fraught and there was no way out. So she signed a treaty with France and Spain in June 1801, named the Peace of Badajoz. This deal made Portugal in trade with the English, gave commercial concessions to France, and gave Olivenza to Spain. While the War of the Oranges was one of France's shortest wars under Napoleon, it had impacts on the financial strength of England and Portugal, and the lives of thousands that lived in the conquered cities. If you liked the video, do not hesitate to like, comment, and especially subscribe to the channel so I can create more content in the future. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.